Good morning, dear student. In today's lecture, we are very much interested in the next chapter of our course, that is cementitious material. So we are all familiar with this cement. Okay, what is Portland cement, their classification, how it is prepared. Okay, so you already studied this Portland cement in TYBSc in semester fourth. So uh, so what we study in this chapter, that is we're discussing the blended cements and the non-Portland cements. Okay, and the cement having uh, the property not having the properties of Portland cement, they are considered as a non-Portland cement. And what is this blended cements? So we'll discuss the definition, which cement is called as a blended cements, why we add some material, or why we uh, prepare a blended cement, and what is their property. So all this point we discuss in this cementitious material. So the first point is the difference between blended and non-Portland cement. So blended cement is nothing but your Portland cement, in which some material is added to enhance its strength. Okay, to enhance its strength, workability, then durability, and the chemical resistance, chemical resistivity. So these cement is called as blended cements, and the cements other than Portland cement is called as non-Portland cement, in which we discuss the high alumina cement, phosphate cement, and the calcium sulfato aluminate cement. And then we discuss the chemicals in cement hydration. What is this hydration process, and what are the chemicals in the cement hydration process? So all these points we are cover in this cementitious material. So let's discuss the first one, that is blended cement. Let's discuss the definition. Okay, definition: which material act as a blended material? What is the composition of this Portland cement? So we are very much familiar with this composition of Portland cement. We already discussed in the concrete lecture. So let's discuss the definition of this blended cements. Blended cements, blended cement, it is not system, it is cement. Blended cement can be defined as can be defined as a uniform can be defined as a uniform mixture of ordinary Portland cement, uniform mixture of ordinary Portland cement, in bracket it is called as capital OPC, ordinary Portland cement, and blending material and blending material blending materials such as silica such as silica silica fumes, not silica, such as silica fumes, then fly ash. Okay, such as silica fumes, fly ash, limestone, and and slag slag to enhance its properties. To enhance its properties means to enhance the properties of this Portland cement, to enhance its properties for different uses, for different uses. Okay, so what it improve, it improve the workability, strength, durability, chemical resistance. So it improve the workability, it improve the workability of the cement, then its strength, it increases the strength, then the durability, durability, and the chemical resistance and chemical resistivity. So, so we are all familiar with this Portland cements and their main components of this Portland cements. So, along with these important components of Portland cements, some material, that is inorganic material, is blended, such as silica fumes, fly ash, limestone, and slag, to enhance the properties for different uses. And this type of cement, in which there is a mixing of the Portland cement with inorganic material such as blending material, then it is considered as a blended cements. Okay, let us consider the another definition of this blended cement. So this is also one of the definition of this blended cement. Let us consider the another definition. Blended cement is defined as a hydraulic binder composed of, it is a hydraulic binder. Blended cement, it is a hydraulic binder of Portland cement, composed of Portland cement and one or more inorganic material, one or more inorganic material that take part in hydraulic reaction. Okay. So this is another definition of this blended cement. That is, it is a hydraulic binder composed of Portland cement and one or more inorganic materials. So we already discussed this material. That is it. It is your silica fumes, fly ash, limestone, and slag. Okay. So these are the blended agents. So we write here, which is your blended agents or inorganic material. Blended agents such as fly ash is there. Second, silica fumes is there. Then the calcine clay is there. Calcine clay means limestone, and slag is also there. So these are the blended agents. So we know that it increases the properties such as workability, strength, durability. Again, if you consider what is the importance of these blended agents in this Portland cement, so it is reported that the incorporation of this material, inorganic material, in the concrete or in cement increases the properties such as cohesiveness. Okay, so it increases. So addition of this material, inorganic material, or blending of this material, it increases the properties. It increases the properties such as cohesiveness, then lower heat of hydration, lower heat of hydration lower heat of hydration, then lower permeability lower permeability, and higher resistance to chemical attack. So no doubt we already discussed that the addition of this compound improves the workability, strength, durability, as well as the resistivity. So it also increases the properties such as cohesiveness, lower the heat of hydration, lower permeability, and higher resistance to chemical attack. So let's discuss some classification of this material, inorganic material. Okay, so which is blended in the Portland cement. So this blended material or this inorganic material, they are considered as, okay, so this blended material, this blended material or inorganic material, inorganic material are known as, are known as posolinic material. So they are known as Posolinic material. So what is this Posolinic materials? So these Posolinic materials having the broad class of siliceous or aluminum material, which does not having cementitious property, but when it is mixed with calcium hydroxide at ordinary temperature uh, to form uh, a compound having cementitious property. So what is this Posolinic material? These materials, that is the broad class of siliceous and aluminum material. Okay, so inorganic material, we already discussed the example. Okay, inorganic material or blending material, so they are considered as a Posolinic material. So they don't have a cementitious property. When they mix with your Portland cement, okay, or when they react with your calcium hydroxide at ordinary temperature, they form a compound possessing the properties such as cementing property. So they are having a cementing property. So these blended material or inorganic materials are known as Posolinic materials. So they are classified into two types. They are classified into two types. One is your natural, and second is your artificial. Okay, so these materials, so we already discussed this material, that is the fly ash is your artificial Posolinic material. Fly ash is there. Then silica fumes is also your artificial material, silica fumes. Okay, and then a rice husk ash, it is also used as a blending material or inorganic material in Portland cement. Okay, and then another one is your uh, meta kaolin. Okay, kaolin. So these are the artificial Posolinic material, that is fly ash, silica fumes, rice husk ash, and metacaolin. So these are the artificial Posolinic material which is blended in your Portland cement. Second, if you consider the natural, then it is clay. Okay, shells. So shells is nothing but your rock material. Okay, and then another one is your diatomaceous earth, diato diatomaceous earth. Okay, so these are the materials which is act as a Posolinic materials. So they don't have a cementitious property. When they react with calcium hydroxide, then they will show cementitious property. So these are the classification of this blended material or inorganic materials. Okay, so if you consider one of them again, if we discuss this material in details, then the fly ash, so we are very much familiar with this fly ash, that is this fly ash is your industrial byproduct, industrial byproduct, industrial byproduct of coal combustion process, coal combustion process, coal combustion process for producing electricity, for producing the electricity, for producing electricity, for producing the electricity. This fly ash can be divided into two parts. One that is low lime fly ash, low lime fly ash. Another is high lime, high lime fly ash. So what is the difference? They're having less than 10% of calcium oxide, they are considered as a low lime, and having greater than 10% of calcium oxide, they are considered as a high lime. Okay, again, if you consider the second one, that is silica fumes, it is also the byproduct of silica metal. Okay, second, if you consider the second one, that is second posolinic material or inorganic material or blended material, that is your silica fumes, silica fumes. So what is this silica fumes? These are the byproduct of silicon metal or ferrisilicon alloy production, ferrisilicon alloy production, ferrisilicon alloy production process, process. It consists of primarily of amorphous silicon dioxide. Okay, again, if you consider, due to its fineness, large surface area, and highest silica content, it is very reactive material, and it is very useful in Portland cement. Okay, so this is all about the blended cement. So at least you should know the definition of this blended cement. What is this blended cement? What are the composition, or which material, that is which material is blended in this Portland cement? So you should know this material, that is, it is also known as Posolinic material. So this Posolinic material, what is this Posolinic material, their classification, and what is the importance of this material in Portland cement? Okay, so at least you should understand this. And we already discussed that uh, the basic components of this Portland cement is your tricalcium silicate, dicalcium silicate, tricalcium aluminate, and tetracalcium aluminate. So we already discussed it. Okay, so in next lecture we discuss about the non-Portland cement, means the cement having does not having the properties of this blended cement, they are considered as a non-Portland cement, in which we discuss the high alumina cements, then phosphate cements, and another one is there. Okay, so three types. So this is all about blended cement that we will discuss in next lecture, that is your non-Portland cement. Thank you.